Good afternoon, Variant Behavior. I'm Sally Sunshine, reporting to you from the basement of your very own Clifton Miller Library. In past years, male relationships with female real dolls have caused moral panic to spread across the nation. But have you heard about females getting into relationships with male real dolls? I know, crazy, right? It's pretty absurd. You're about to meet Cassidy Dream, a widowed mother of 3, who recently has sparked a relationship with a male real doll. What is she thinking? Here's her story.
My husband died about 5 years ago, but I didn't get my first doll until about 3 years ago. It's not being alone. It's not easy being alone, and I didn't really know what to turn to until I heard about these dolls. These dolls have given me everything from physical needs to emotional needs. Bob's really been my support system for the years. Well, my 3 children, they do know about my doll, but they just don't really understand them. They think that dolls are, they're for kids and for dress up. And then mommy has this giant dress up doll. They know what he is, but they don't really know what he is. They don't understand him. They don't get that their mommy does have needs as well. And these dolls give me companionship. They feel that space has been missing since my husband passed away and left me with 3 kids all by myself. I'll go ahead and introduce you to Bob. Bob was my first doll, the love of my life. My family does know about Bob. They're not really understandable about Bob. I don't know, he was sleeping. Open his eyes, he was smiling. Bob's been everything to me. He's been my support system. He's been there when my kids lost their teeth, when I used to fight with my mom and dad. He cares about me, and I care about him too. Bob's never gotten in the way of my relationship with my kids. I did realize that once my husband passed away, and I got Bob, and my kids, their friends stopped coming over to my dates, they were just kind of afraid of, this beautiful man that wasn't really breathing, but to me, he's alive, and I love him, and I know he loves me. I want my kids to accept Bob for who he is and what he is for me, but in no way am I trying to replace their father. And I think they understand that, but the rest of my family finds it weird. But I love him, and I know Bob loves me too.
I know my sister was really upset when my brother-in-law died, and I can understand her wanting companionship. I mean, it makes total sense. Her and my brother-in-law were really close. But I mean, a doll, this thing that doesn't breathe, that doesn't talk, that can't hold her, I really don't understand. I mean, why couldn't she go out and find a nice conservative man like I did? He would be a great influence on the children. And what's going to happen to the children? What's going to happen to the next generation if people keep walking around thinking that these inanimate objects are people that they can have real relationships with? The whole world is just going to crumble into pieces. Women are supposed to have traditional roles in the household. They're supposed to cook and clean and make meals for their husband while he's out playing with the children. But how's a doll supposed to do that? I just don't get it.
Hi, I'm Dr. Foote, and I'm here to discuss the moral panic of girls and dolls. All families have their own issues, but in recent cases I've studied, women have been turning towards dolls for companionship. These dolls have caused panic in societies worldwide as figures that could potentially be altering family norms and dynamics. These dolls may seem harmless, but in reality, they are causing more harm than good. As you saw earlier, Miss Dream's children were emotionally distressed after the death of their father, and obviously were not adapting well to their mother's choice of companionship in her doll. Children need parental figures, especially male figures, to show them guidance and leadership skills. These values cannot be taught by a doll, and Miss Dream's children will be more likely to enter into deviance more so than their peers with 2 organic parents. Societal discrimination is another issue for women to turn. Very bluntly, it's not normal and it's not widely accepted as an okay habit to acquire. Gender roles can become confusing not only for children, but for adults as well. In some cases, these females get so captivated with their dolls that as their mother, provider, or employee get put into hindsight, which ultimately affect not only herself, but others surrounding her at work and at the home. Relationship with dolls can become a great problem in the near future if we do not stop the creation of these giant dolls.
So if you're having second thoughts about this issue, contact Dr. Foot's office at 555-DOC-FOOT. That's 555-DOC-FOOT. And remember, it's always sunny with Sally's Sunshine.